I keep kosher, and to be kosher, seafood must have both fins and scales. Well, guess what I ate? Shalom, my friends. Yes, I have a story to tell you today, and it does have to do with what is and is not kosher, but I think you'll find it has an interesting twist to it. First, the backstory. It happened when I was a rabbinical student serving in the role of rabbi to a very small congregation that could no longer afford to hire a full-time rabbi. One of the families in the congregation invited my wife and me to dinner. They did not keep a kosher home, but they assured me that they would make everything 100% kosher. They would serve fish, which my wife and I do eat at restaurants or other people's homes. They would get an unused aluminum broiling pan to cook the fish, and they would serve everything on plastic plates with plastic flatware. I told them that with a fish meal, they didn't have to go to all that trouble, plastic plates and so on. As I said, we eat fish in restaurants. The plates there are not kosher. We wouldn't eat meat except on kosher plates, but we're more lenient with fish for technical reasons that I won't bore you with now. So I tried to tell this fellow and his wife that their own dishes would be fine, but they would not hear of it. He insisted everything had to be completely kosher for us. My wife and I both appreciated their efforts on our behalf a great deal. We sat down to a delicious dinner with them. The fish was outstanding. In fact, it was so good that I asked what kind of fish it was so my wife and I could serve it at home. Well, guess what we were eating? Yes, my friends, it was shark. Not a great white shark, but a shark nonetheless, a mako shark with no scales and therefore not kosher. Realizing the shark was not kosher, my wife looked at me to see what we should do. I picked up a forkful of shark and ate it. Was that kosher? Well, the shark was certainly no more kosher than a strip of bacon. So yes, we ate non-kosher food that night. Do you know why? Because the only alternative was to do something that would have been even more unkosher than eating shark. That completely unacceptable alternative was embarrassing our hosts. Let me share a Talmudic teaching with you. The value of human dignity is so great that it supersedes even a prohibition of the Torah. An even more ancient teaching is that if you embarrass someone in public, you have no place in the world to come, which is the traditional Jewish way to refer to heaven. I find this to be a powerful application of one of my favorite verses in the Bible, Micah 6:8, which tells us that what God wants from us is only that we practice justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with God. Understanding what a terrible thing it is to humiliate another person, especially in public, is a real-life way of loving kindness. And as I have said before in other contexts, imagine how much more beautiful life would be if everyone took this teaching to heart and really paid attention to the severity of the act of shaming another human being. So that is my story of choosing to eat an unkosher food rather than behave in an unkosher way and embarrass other people. I can't speak for God, obviously, but I strongly believe that God would more easily forgive me for eating shark than he would for shaming his children, who were, after all, created in his image. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts? Did I do the right thing, or did I make a mistake? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below the video. I certainly hope you found this subject worthy of serious consideration, or at the very least, interesting. If you did, all the usual YouTube requests apply. Give the video a thumbs up. Consider become a patron of the channel like those whose names are on the screen now by using the link in the description box below the video. And if you are not already a subscriber, please do subscribe right now by clicking on my face right over here, or watch our last video by clicking on its icon right over there. As ever, until next time, Shabbat Shalom.